Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled program with breaking news regarding a strange mystery that has gripped the SEC. Have you seen this man? Coach Hess of the Missouri Tigers has officially been reported missing. According to sources, Hess hasn't been seen or heard from in quite some time. All cellular communication with him ceased, leaving the Tigers scrambling to keep their program afloat during the offseason, and Commissioner Hyndman fielding questions that he doesn't have the answers to. Insiders report that Hess was last seen at a local barbecue joint, where he reportedly exploded on a staff member for calling him out for a poor inaugural season. As a Missouri Tigers head coach, the bartender leaned over the bar, got in Coach Hess's face, and declared, and I quote, "They don't play like Tigers, they play like little pussycats." Witnesses say Coach Hess then left abruptly, mumbling something along the lines of, "You want a real tiger? I'll show you a real tiger." In his absence, Missouri's athletic department has resorted to desperate measures to keep the team running smoothly. Strength coaches have been moonlighting as offensive coordinators, and rumor has it that the janitor has even been calling some of the defensive plays during practice. Despite this chaos, Missouri insists they're ready for Season 2 and released a statement a moment ago that read, "Although this may seem unusual to some, this is typical from our perspective. Coach Hess will return on his own time." With any news regarding this incident or on the whereabouts of Coach Hess, please contact your local authorities and SEC Commissioner, Coach Hyndman, immediately. Thank you. Well, hello there. Wow, really sad to hear about Coach Hess. Hopefully he's all right. Hope you're doing well out there, buddy. We're thinking of you. Anyways, this is week 3 recap heading into week 4. There were no user games, but let's not wait any longer. Let's go. Leave this up on the screen just for one more moment because I would like to point out something. He can very often be seen wearing a back brace of some sort, and some identifying characteristics that you can expect is, his eyes will be low. Some say, they look squinty. There will be bloodshot as well. So anyways, let's get into it again. Like I said, we're not going to wait any much longer. We've got some exciting things to go into, and this is the highlights from this week. Not many, again, only a couple of games that were played. However, I do have some from myself and Coach Stevenson. This is a top 5, but there were only 6 clips, so I added the 6th as an honorable mention. It is myself going against the Toledo Rockets here. You'll see a deep ball, and I just want to point out something. You'll clearly see him push my player. Did you see that? That's a penalty as far as I know, but pretty ridiculous. We're going to move on into the actual number 5, which is myself again. Nice little swing out right by my transfer portal running back. Forget his name, something Haynes, Jay Haynes. He ain't bad. But have a nice little run on the outside there. And you see what I'm calling here. It's this deep dig route with Squirrel White. He's wide open. I cut it up quickly, a little dive in the end zone. Just one of many touchdowns for Nico and the gang. Number 4, this is Auburn versus Memphis. He's up 35-7 at this point. We get to finally see some Malachi Blizzard action, and he's got a deep ball here to, looks like someone who's very fast. That's a nice touchdown. Back to my game, Tennessee versus Toledo. Nice little corner route there on the sidelines caught by my freshman. He doesn't seem all that bad. Robbie Walters. But we got another play incoming here. You're going to see nobody's open. Find a nice little seam in the pocket there. Run it up the gut. Nice dive in the end zone. Don't want to take too many of those hits with the wear and tear situation, but hey. Back to Memphis and Auburn. So he's up 7-0 on defense, gets a strip sack, fumble, return for a touchdown. Big man, number 99. And then here's number 1. This play was pretty cool. We don't see very many of these. So you know it had to get number 1. He gets the ball off just in the nick of time. A nice little bobble catch that he takes to the house with his new running back that's replacing Jarquez Hunter. I believe his name is Jeremiah Cobb. Nice play. Nice number 1 this week. Here's some recap from the scores. Auburn wound up putting up 84 points. Just edged me out there, which is crazy. 17 for Memphis. Memphis we will see again in the upcoming schedule this week. However, Washington State in the Apple Cup against Washington. Coach Amenta pulls it out again. He won 20-7. Good job. He remains undefeated. And lastly, myself, 82 points. Still ranked number 4. Beat the good old Toledo Rockets, 82-24. This is Duo of the Week this week. Now, this was difficult. I was going to give it to Coach Stevenson. He did edge me out in points. And Malachi Blizzard did technically throw more touchdowns than Nico. I think he had 7. However, I just think this is better overall because my receiver, Robbie Walters, there. All of my receivers really put up a better game somehow, some way. But Robbie Walters had more yardage. Squirrel White had 4 touchdowns, right? So I did put those 2 guys at the top, but really it was a team effort. You'll see Bober there, my backup quarterback, 13 for 15 coming in, slinging 4 tutties in the fourth quarter. So really good effort all around. But anyways, this is Game of the Week. So what we're going to be doing, there's going to be a new segment. We're going to cover Game of the Week for next week. But since we don't have one for this week, it'll be a bit different next week in the next broadcast. What you can expect to see is a recap of the Game of the Week from the previous week with insider's look into the upcoming Game of the Week, right? So what you're going to see here is some overalls, some schemes, and the coaches. You can't see much of the prestige. Mine is A+. Stroke on Mystic is a B rating. And I have a 16-2 record, 4-0 against rivals, 2-1 bowl record, 9-1 record versus top 25. Stroke and Mystic is at 12-4 overall, 1-0 record versus rivals, 1-1 bowl record, and 5-1 versus the top 25. But what you can expect to see in this coming game is a battle of some very great players. I pulled some of the stats for the SEC only for the season stats. I am 3rd in passing with Nico, 7-8 in yardage, 783 yards, 8 touchdowns, 1 pick, with a 72% completion rating. And then we've got J. Michael Sturdivant, who really fell down the list. I think he's had a couple of buys here, so that's probably why he's a little bit down the list. I think he's maybe at 20, 25. So I am going to expect a big game from him. We'll try to slow him down when we can, but that's what you can, the battle of the players that you can expect to see, some playmakers there. But we did have one player of the week nationally. That's Gage Keys, 6 tackles, 4 sacks, 2 forced fumbles on the defensive side for Auburn. Big day for him. 2025 Heisman Trophy race presented by Nissan. Julian Sayin is leading the pack still. We do have Malachi Blizzard now is 2nd, right behind him. And then I edged in at 4 now. So we do have a couple of players in the mix still. Love to see it. Even after a couple of buys for some of us. Here are the conference rankings. Sad to say, we did lose Coach AJ for this year. So Arkansas is going to be computer-generated games. If you don't want to play it, I can force win for you. But that's where we're at. Okay, everyone's undefeated. So that's going to change, though, as we move forward. This is the top 25. I am going to highlight this every now and again, because I do want to point out we got quite a few teams in here. Myself at 4, Coach Segura at 5. Looks like we got Coach Waymer at 10 there. Who else do we got in the mix? Florida at 16, Auburn just behind them, Coach Stevenson at 17, Arkansas just behind them, which is now Computer, Washington just behind them at 20, USC at 22, Coach Slick. So really a lot of people in the mix, which is exciting to see. We do have upcoming games coming again. I told you earlier, you'll see Memphis once more, but now they're going against the Computer, so it's not that exciting. We'll see whoever wins that wins. Miami rivalry game, computer game for Coach Octor this week. Number 12th ranked Miami Hurricanes rivalry game in Florida in the Swamp, it looks like. He's ranked number 16th, Coach Octor. He's 1-0, looking to maintain that win streak. Coach Amenta ranked 20th, 3-0, goes against Coach Hess, which, hey, I was texting Coach Amenta. We're trying to get him on the hook. I don't know what's going on with him. I'll leave it at that. You do with that what you will. Coach S, hopefully you're back in time to complete this. We do have 10 days, like I mentioned, 10 days. Advancement will come next Saturday on the 28th. UCLA, Coach Waymer, game of the week in Tennessee, in Knoxville. That'll make it difficult for him, but if you guys can remember last game, Coach Waymer spoiled my undefeated season. I won't let it happen this season. Mark my words. I'm going to knock on wood. Coach Segura is going to go up against Coach Slick, and I believe that game has actually already been played. You'll hear more about that next week. But shout out everybody. And let's get it.